Hello, everyone, and welcome to the EVN Disrupt podcast. My name is Nejdet Saturyan. I'm the editor of the creative tech section here at EVN Report. Our guest today is Arsen Stepanyan, the co-founder and CEO of Orders.co, and he's also a board member of the Build Up Bootcamp. Orders.co is a Los Angeles-based online order and menu management system for restaurants. We spoke about building SaaS solutions for the restaurant industry and the challenges and opportunities involved in building a team in Armenia. Thank you for listening. Arsen, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi, Nejdet. Thank you for having me here.
Arsen, let's start with a little bit of your background. I know you have quite the entrepreneurial story. Tell us about how you got started in the startup world and in entrepreneurship.
Yeah, sure. I've been in the retail store. I had a couple of stores, retail business. And in around 2011-12, I've been introduced one of the first e-cigarette, vape product, and as an ex-smoker. So I tried myself and saw the different, the benefits comparing with cigarette. I created my own brand. It was a hobby, and because I was believing that it's better alternative than the cigarette. And in 2016, I went to the distribution, B2B distribution for the vape e-cigarette products. In 4 years, we have grown from 0 to 100 million gross sales, and from 2 employee, 3 employee to 75 employee. So it was interesting experience. In 2020, with co-founder and our CTO Ashot Bayatyan, which is we friend more than 10-15 years, we went to the restaurant to order the food, and the employee couldn't help us because they have multiple tablets linking the orders. And then she has to tell the kitchen what to make, the same time trying to help us. And I asked Ashot, Ashot, there should be a solution, instead of multiple tablets, they should have only one. Then we went Google it, first 10 minutes we didn't find a solution. We said, okay, there is a problem. So I think
it's a problem that can be solved.
Yes. And then after 30 minutes, of course, we find out a couple of companies. And then we call our friends who has the restaurant, asking them are you using the solution for integrating the multiple tablets in one? They say yes. We tried a couple of companies. It didn't work out well. Then we decide why not? Let's just look at what we can do in the food industry, restaurant industry.
So the status quo with the multiple tablets, what was the reason for using multiple devices, and what were the restaurants using them for?
Yeah, in USA, especially in USA, since 2011-12, after the ride-sharing applications when becoming popular, then people they start using delivery services.
Okay.
And one of the first ones was Eat24, then become a Grubhub, Uber Eats, DoorDash, Postmates. And of course, it is convenient for the end users. They can focus on the work, or maybe they enjoy the time at home. They can just order the food and receive it, of course, paying extra, but saving time. For the restaurant, first time trying one of the service is good, and then they just want to get more revenue, and they just keep adding more services. And then they're having a different problem, how they're going to manage all these multiple tablets, and especially depends when they sign up of these services. Each tablet, they're having different menus and different pricing. So.
Right. So each tablet was for one of these services like Grubhub or Uber Eats or something, I guess?
Yes.
Sort of a delivery service.
Yes, basically the tablet is where they receive the orders.
Right.
So it's transferring the information that somebody ordered the food. So get ready, so we'll come to pick up.
So what is your solution? What does Orders.co do?
We started in 2020 as a beta version, and one of our first restaurant was Nairi restaurant, our friend.
In Los Angeles?
In Los Angeles, yeah. I think they've been since 1990 or something like that, and then banquet hall. So first solution was we started from a menu management system, because I think every restaurant, before they build the dining space or what size kitchen they have to do it, they start with the menu, what they're gonna serve, and according to that they start building the kitchen and the whole restaurant layout. That's where we started. So we went back and we started creating the menu management system, and then for us it was easy just to integrate with the different platforms.
It's really a traditional SaaS business, and it's often with SaaS businesses people observe some problem in their day-to-day life and try to find a solution for it. What type of advice can you give to other potential SaaS founders on scouting problems? Like how do you look for problems to solve for?
I think you have to try to really go to see, to talk and just dip in any industry and to kind of have that feeling of the problem, like understanding the problem from inside. And then once you understand, don't try to go the short way. Try, even if it's gonna take too long, but try to solve the problem.
Do it right.
Do it right way. Because like even when we started, we were getting advices like as a startup, especially in IT world, and that's actually as an IT startup, my was first experience. They're saying like, oh, you have to execute, you have to be quick, just bring one small solution, just get the customer, show that you can do it. But our previous experience with the B2B sales, that we have the distribution, we find out better we'll just understand the problem and bring the real solution. And with that, we can add like a more feature quicker, and also the other features can solve the real problem.
Right.
That's where, like, after the integration of multiple tablets, then we see that restaurant owners, they have their own loyal customers, but because they don't offer the delivery system or online ordering, they have to go through these delivery companies and pay 20 to 30% commission. So for us, it was easy when we have the menu management system. We start offering commission-free ordering website.
Right.
So then, like, a lot of the restaurants, they easily can just get an online orders and just paying us like a small subscription fee. And later on, we got the request that restaurant owners, they want to do delivery, but they don't have enough staff. And then we integrated and we partnered with the DoorDash Drive, Uber Direct, like other like Ally and Nash. So basically,
and they all integrate directly into your platform, so they just have to use you instead of all these.
Yes.
services.
So basically, any order when they're receiving from the commission free ordering website, also they can do delivery.
Right.
And just the end user or the restaurant owner with a small delivery fee, they can now offer it as a delivery service.
Right. Was it easy to get those integrations and those partnerships?
Not really. Like we got our first partnership with the Uber Eats, and even that time, like we were really small. And I remember we just through our network and the connections, so we been lucky to be in contact with one of head of department on the integration, and like we're just trying to explain like how we see the problem and how we want to solve it. And I remember the guy says, okay, like, I don't understand how big you are, but okay, not a problem. I'll just send you the NDA, you sign it,
Right.
and we'll go forward.
So they didn't want to see a certain amount of traction or anything?
No, I think because probably they like our vision, like what we want to do, like how we really want to help the restaurants.
Yeah.
So, and then he said, okay, like, I hope you can do well. I'm sure that he understands that we're not that big, but
Right.
so he gave us an opportunity. And then we just had the follow-up, the partnerships
Right.
with the DoorDash and the Grubhub and
Once you got
Delivery.com.
one, then it's easy to get the rest, I guess, right?
It's not easy because they have the same issue too on the stuff. Because that integration, it's a big process. It's not about you just getting the API and connected. It's involved from their side too. But we do a lot of expos. In these past 2 years, we have been like in different trade shows, food especially. That's where you build your network and relationship, and you just show them that it's not only one time we will meet. So you go the next, after 2 months, you still meet with them with another like conference. And so you have to chase it. So,
Right. How have you tackled your go-to-market strategy? How have you managed to grab the piece of the market that you have so far?
Initially, our target was small and mid-sized restaurant. Why? Because with, again, previous experience, from the small business owners, you can learn about the product. You can learn about the problems because they don't get enough help from the big software companies, and they don't have funds to afford to try a lot of things, but they like to talk about it. So that's why we went to the small and mid-sized restaurants or the business owners, and we say we're ready to listen. Like, if you have 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, just give us a feedback. One of our good customers, probably like, I think we signed up like almost year and a half ago, Armand/Pizza in Glendale. So the guy, he loved to share like the ideas, the problem.
Right.
Can you do this? Can you do
Give you
that?
good feedback. And
Yes, and that's how we learn the problems, and also learn where we can bring like real value, because this is not about just selling some future. It's just about what value you bring to the customer. and then the customer stays with you forever.
Yeah, and it also sounds like some of the Armenian connections have been helpful to get off the ground a little bit.
From the start, and a few,
Yeah.
like probably like 98% of our customers, we service nationwide, so non-Armenians,
Right.
but definitely like the Nairi restaurant, it's our
The
first
first
restaurant,
Yeah,
and the,
for
like
sure.
Armont and like other
Yeah.
restaurants that we learn a lot.
Through your product, can restaurants and food joints also do all of the delivery in-house, or is it only integrations with the third parties?
No, they can do in-house as well.
They can do both in-house.
They can do in-house as well, and also we have a partnership, the Cartwheel, which is they provide a software solution if they have like a big operation. That's mostly like for the franchisees and chain locations. So through their software, they can also manage, and they can have their own application and or the phones like to do the delivery and the logistic part.
Yeah.
So we have other partnerships as well if they have a big operation. So
how do you see the distribution within your customers? Are most of them using it for integrating into third parties, or is there an interest from the industry to do delivery in-house?
Mostly, I can say this about like from the small and mid-size, the integration, because when we're talking about in-house, that's mainly the enterprise. One example I can bring it, at least in LA or like in any city in USA, average like wage of the employee is gonna be like around $2,000 to like $3,000. So if you want to have 7 days some delivery service, so you have to spend at least like $4,000 approximately.
Right.
And the problem you have it like on the peak hours, which is like from the 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., you're getting like 10 orders like maybe in 30 minutes.
Right.
So even one employee cannot handle it all. So in this case, like for example, DoorDash charging like $7 per delivery. And even if you get like 15 orders at once, so you can have 50 delivery people, they come and deliver. Or if DoorDash is busy, we just forwarding to the Uber Eats. So that way, I think it's more convenient and it will be a lot quicker because the food, it's important, the timing.
It's not delivered too late,
sensitivity
right.
on the timing. That's very important because when it's getting cold, the taste is not the same. And
Right.
it doesn't matter how the restaurant making good food, but if they deliver it late,
Yeah,
so then
affects the quality of the product.
yes.
Yeah. So I know you guys have been growing your team here in Armenia as well, and your presence in Armenia. Tell us a little bit about that. What has that experience been like?
In 2021, we opened up the first development team. We started with a 10, of course, and then we grow and we like the menu management system. We changed 3 times. We just always we trying to make it better and better. In 2022, where we open up our second office for the support and the sales. So the development, of course, it's not a problem. It's easy. But when it comes to the support and especially the sales, I think that's the first thing. It's we need like night shift employees. Second, the language, which is it's very important. And the third, it's the experience. Support, I think Armenia have the talented people, and there is a lot of companies and startups they've been through. But when we're talking about the sales, this is like the weakness, and especially B2B product sales. But we have a team that we're doing training from US, and even like today, right now, this trip we came with our sales director. So we're gonna stay 10 days, and the 10 nights Harry is just around is staying with the team, training, and we're getting like really good results.
Are the salespeople in Armenia selling to the US market?
Yes.
Yeah.
And not only we have Armenian employees, we have from India and we have from Colombia, because we need like different language speakers, and that's how we also want to make sure the culture inside our team is not only Armenian, so that so we want to have different kind of a culture, like bring the good things from the US. That's where I've been like almost 20 years, and there is a lot good things that I learned, and I want to bring it my experience to Armenia. We want to be like really connected because we spend our employees like 8 hours a day, so we want to make sure that 8 hours they feel that they are in US.
Yeah. Right. Yes. That makes sense. And how big is your development team here now?
Around like 25 people, so approximately like 25 to 30 sales and support, and we're still growing, and we're still in the process.
I think when I last saw you guys were like 5 or 6 people, so it sounds like you've grown very fast with the engineering team.
Yeah. I mean, it's growing, and we because now, like, listening to our customers, we just keep adding new features, and we're bringing new values for our restaurants. And when they see your deliveries in a short time and the quality, and also they see the value with the cross sales or the income or the profit they are making, they start keep pushing you with the new features.
Right.
Oh, okay, like it seems you are listening and you're doing, so can we do this? Can we do that?
Yeah, absolutely. What was your experience like finding and hiring talent in Armenia? Is there any advice you can give for other founders who live like you live in the US, people who live abroad, to come and open up their offices here? What can be made easier?
Definitely, we're having this conversation with all my friends, like in a different industry, like accounting office they have in the USA, and our growth advisor, Hamlet, and also has a marketing team in Armenia and is growing. I believe it's getting almost already 30 people. You have to be connected with Armenia because you have to understand like the people here, how they think, and you have to try to explain why they have to do differently. And when we're talking about differently, that's something they haven't experienced. And of course, for them, it's so strange. They're gonna refuse it. First, they're gonna tell you that this is not the way it works in Armenia. And once anybody's telling me, I'm saying, okay, you're right. That's what we want to change.
Right.
Because we know that a lot of the things, we have to change it.
Right.
So when you're telling me this is not the way it works in Armenia, that's why we are in this situation in Armenia. Once we change it, so we'll be in a better way situation.
And you're also a board member at Build Up, which is a program that we've spoken about in the past on the podcast. It's this initiative that trains mid-level professionals to fill more senior roles in Armenia. Can you give us a little bit of an update on how that's going, and if you yourself or your company have had any luck finding talent from it?
Actually, first time I met with Albert Bogosian, the founder, in 2021, and after the 44 days war, and he was telling like, okay, he has this kind of idea plan because he also have like a startup, and I think he's an entrepreneur with a couple of even startups, with one of the successful one in the process also is going. So he says like, we have this issue, like tell me what to do, I'll do it, or I know what to do. And he facing the same issue, and then he decided like, especially after the war, so we can change it. And he even moved from USA to Armenia, and he said, I think we have talented people, but it's not about the hard skills, is about soft skills. So the way we have a lot mid-level talented people, but for them to transition to the senior level, this is not like a brandy or cognac. They have to stay 5 years to become a senior level developer. Specific things like a soft skills, if you work on that, and they can become like a lot quicker, and the result will be a lot better. So anyway, he told me, I say, okay, with 2 hands, I'm in. Whatever I can do, first like not a mentor, I think. Anyway, with the program, so we support it, and then the time came that he said, okay, there is a board member option if you like to do it. For me, it's the first time, again, it's new experience. I say I'll try to do it as much as possible. And we got the first graduations, like 5 teams, because it's a project based. The results itself is talked about in Product Hunt. They launched all of them.
They all got up to the top rankings.
Yes, and I met the teams a couple of times during the year, like when I'm visiting. And now they're opening a second round. And I think on the second round, before the 3-day war in September 13th starts, we have a lot of application. That means now the developers or the students, they value, and now they see what Build Up did and what they brought like to others and other students. And now we have a lot like applications comparing on the first one when like nobody was like, not that many people applying. They're saying like, no, I have to work instead of go to study. I can find a second job to work. But no, Albert trying to explain like, okay, if you spend a little bit more time on education, then you will get better work.
You don't need 2 jobs then.
Yes.
Yeah. At the end of the first round, the participants of the first cohort have luck getting hired in new roles and senior roles?
I know, yes, some of them. Don't know exact the numbers, but I know there is a success. And even on some couple of, like, we've been interviewed. And it's just a little bit different on what we need as this point.
Right.
But definitely, especially the end of the year, like where we see the fundraising, so we see a lot of employees. So we need that too. Right. And hopefully on the next projects, and we're going to be also participate wherever we see and what kind of students we're going to need it, or developers we're going to need it.
Right, yeah. Just going back to orders.co, do you think the product can be fitted for the Armenian market as well, or is it more optimized for larger markets like the US?
As of today, whatever our core product is, Armenia is not ready for it. There is multiple problems within it. It's the pay structure and the culture of the ordering, go to pick up or the delivery. But we just recently released one of the new feature, like a QR menu maker, which this application is free and is going to be free. The idea is, even in US, especially in Armenia, I will go back to Armenia, after the COVID, the QR menu becoming popular. So either they want the QR menu, it's expensive on the monthly subscription, or if there is a free ones, they're not working properly because it works from like for certain time. After that, like the developer, because not making money, they're not doing the updates and then starts crashing. How we see and how we solve this problem, most of the restaurants, they don't have the picture in their menu, even in digital menu, and even in the Uber Eats or DoorDash Grab. And once we're asking like why you're not doing it, because there is statistics that 40% of the end users, the consumers, will order the food if there is a picture rather than there is no picture.
It's a no-brainer then to do it.
Yeah, because they want to understand, for example, if they want to order a Thai food and there is some naming, you don't understand how it looks like. And some people, they just choose the food with the look, not just reading the name.
Description.
Yeah. And we look at this way, like the current phones that everybody is using, if you even talk about the iPhone, they have the best camera. And the applications like Instagram or like other social media applications, they have the best effects that you can just change the picture, the original picture. So we decide why not that our QR menu maker can use our phone, having different effects, and telling our restaurant owners, just try it. Download the picture, you don't need a photographer, and you will see the difference. Right. Because we know as not good as could the photographer do the picture, but you will get more sales once you have a picture in the menu. Right. So this application, so it's very easy to do it, and we see this is important for Armenia because especially this year we got a lot of tourists. We have from Russia or we have from Europe, and always I kind of ask like, okay, how easy for you to choose the food when you go to Armenian restaurant? They think, I don't know, like I'm just reading in Armenia, trying to guess or trying to try every time. And sometimes when you use the Google Translate, I just scared to eat because the translation is totally off. So I think it's, for Armenia at least, it's very important to have like a multi-language QR menus that we can service to our visitors.
That's great. I'm always interested to hear about how Armenian startups, products built by Armenian startups or Armenian founders, can be served more for the Armenian market. Because right now it seems that most Armenian startups primarily are serving global larger markets, which is completely understandable and makes sense. You can't build a startup specifically for a small market like Armenia. But it's great to see some of those applications slowly coming to the Armenian market so that they can increase economic productivity here and make the overall services here more optimized and better.
Yeah, definitely. Like one thing I can say, I don't accept and don't like when I go Armenian restaurant here in Yerevan, and they bring that book. Right. Like, and then you have to go with the pages, like sometimes it's like 20, 30 pages. And I hate to see when you go just the restaurant, it doesn't have matter what kind of name is it, and they have from pizza, sushi, kebab, and like
everything.
sandwiches, everything. And we think, like, always I argue with my friends also, I'm saying, like, why they not specialize on one thing? They think, no, you don't know, we want to just have any cells as possible. I'm saying, if you specialize in one thing, you will have enough cells. You don't need to do everything. So, and that's been proven in US now, as you know, the virtual concept, where you same location has different concept with a different name. There is statistics that restaurant menu should be not more than like 15 items, and that including the drinks, the extras, appetizers, and stuff like this. So like from 6 to 15, let's say.
I didn't know that. That's interesting.
So and I think there is a lot the culture wise has to, and the way they think, even the business owners in Armenia has to be changed. This is like a small step that we want to introduce the QR menu to the market. Of course, it's not easy. Even myself, I spoke with a couple of owners and the managers at the restaurant. You're trying to explain, they're saying, no, you don't know. That's not working in Armenia. I'm saying,
that's like a standard line. It doesn't work in Armenia.
I'm saying, can you at least try it? Like, I don't know. It's hard, but that will be the first step. Second, we just want to bring wherever we see it works in US, especially from US it goes to Europe, and then like we want to do a shortcut, because sometimes I noticed like Armenia, it comes everything from Europe, not from US. So I want
the influence is more from Europe.
Yes. So we want to, like, as team grows, so we want to have direct contact, and we want to bring it direct, like from US to Armenia.
Right. Interesting. And are you guys currently hiring or growing the team in Armenia?
Yes, and currently we have the open hiring, especially on the support and the sales. I know the development too, but we expecting the first quarter of 2023 because we are in the fundraising process. Until now we have bootstraps, so we haven't done any fundraising, and we're looking on the first quarter of 2023. And with that fundraising, we're looking like to increase our team like 3 to 5 times. So that's gonna be a big move. We want to get ready, prepare.
Where can people find out about open positions and hirings?
LinkedIn. We're really active on LinkedIn, and definitely we should have the page, a career page, and on orders.co. But the LinkedIn, we're really active.
Okay. And my last question, Arsen, where do you hope to see orders.co in the next 5 to 10 years?
Our vision is that every restaurant owner or the chef, his passion should be cooking the food. So the rest, when it comes to the technology, then the technology companies, they should solve these issues. And with our future, which is we have like virtual marketplaces. Now we are partnering with marketing companies and publishers to help the restaurant menus and the food or websites to be listed in different places. So we want to be technology solution for online and offline orders for the restaurant. Saying with that, the chefs and the restaurant owners, they should worry about the cooking, and from receiving the orders, delivering the orders, ordering the ingredients. So we should take care of it. It's a real all-in-one solution. On the technology side,
market, so the kitchen can just worry about the kitchen.
Kitchen, they shouldn't worry about are they missing something, even like with the predictions, how long it's gonna take this, or like which days, like Sundays or like let's say Fridays, the busy day, how much product they should have it, comparing like Tuesdays or Wednesdays.
Right. Okay, Arsen, thank you so much for joining us today, and I hope next time you're in town we'll get a chance to continue the conversation.
Thank you, Nishte.
Thank you, Arsen.